Hi, so before I get into the message of this video, I just want to share you guys a story that is related to this topic. But if you're not interested on that, then you can go into the description box and see the timestamp there. Okay, this year I've been working on an app design for a client, and as I'm trying to make it look good, I suddenly hit the wall and realized that I needed illustrations for the app. And I just don't need any other illustrations. I needed well designed and on brand visuals that captures the soul of what I was building. So I did what a lot of designers do. I went onto stock photos and illustration sites, and as I was looking through every pack on there, I wasn't landing on anything that feels right for the product. So um, then I remember thinking, why not just generate the illustrations with AI? So with the inspirations that I have, I decided to go to ChatGPT and Midjourney to generate the images for me. And let me show you the results. Okay, so the results are this. Um, if we look closely into each one of these, you can see that there are some um, areas that looks that just doesn't look right. You can absolutely tell that it's generated by AI, but it looks good. Yeah, it really does look good. And as a designer, I felt this wave of guilt washed over me, thinking, was I really about to use AI images for a project that I truly believed in? But even greater than guilt, I felt this deep sense of sadness because I knew that I was going to miss a huge opportunity to gain a new skill, to create something that was authentically mine. So I made a decision and checked my timeline. I gave myself a tight but realistic 2-day window to learn how to make illustrations. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a graphic designer. Okay, so um, and also this is going to be my first ever illustration work. Um, I did try to use Adobe Illustrator to make this, but I got really overwhelmed using that, so I just pivoted and used a tool that I was more comfortable with, which is Figma. And let me tell you, it was a struggle. Oh my god, it was a struggle because I was learning how to use a pen tool. I've never used that before. And I was wrestling with the shadows, lighting. I was trying to understand color harmony and composition. I mean, there's just so much. There's just so much to learn. I pushed through so much self doubt because I didn't even know what I was doing. And I was just relying on my intuition. And at the end of those 2 days, I had it. Let me show you the illustrations that I've made. All right, so here it is. I started with a house. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is the reference that I got from Google search. And this is what I made. And then, yeah, I started with just a house. And then I made a scene with that. So if you're a professional looking at this, you would say like there's a dozen of things wrong with it, or um, you could also say that it could have been more prettier, right? But please forgive me. This is my first illustration, but I don't ever think that this is a masterpiece. You know, um, in a way, like if we compare this to the AI generated images, like these are much better than my work. You know, but I feel like it's not really about the beauty of it. I think it's more about the story behind it. um Not story like there's like something going on there, but the story behind the intentionality of every stroke that was put on there, every choice of elements. right? And then also, when I look at this, I just don't think of it as like just an illustration. I see beyond that, you know. I remember those times that I struggled to work on the pen tool. I struggled to figure out what is the, you know, the correct shadow or lighting. Those moments. And then also the moment when I feel like I'm getting something right here, like I am getting something right. And I also like did some other illustrations like these hands right here. Yeah. Also very flawed, mediocre beginner style. And these two are just the reference that I use to make the hand. I also use my own hand as like a reference. It's so beginner style and very mediocre. But I'm okay with that because the intentionality and story behind is what makes it matter. And that's what gives it a soul. Okay, so let's talk about AI. In full transparency, I'm not completely against AI because I also use AI tools in my workflow. But when it comes to skills that I know I'll gain, I try my best not to be tempted to just let AI do all of the creative work. Just about this morning, I prompt an image using Nano Banana Pro, and I used a prompt that describes my illustration. And when I saw the results, I was like, damn, okay. Okay. I tried another prompt, but this time I used my work as a reference. And this was the result. Oh my god. Okay, let me set this side by side with my work. And oh my god, seeing this side by side, you can already tell that the AI generated image is prettier than my work. You know, look at this. Now it kind of looks like it's from a backroom scene. And oh my god, and this one is like, wow, what a beautiful town, right? Yeah, I know this is prettier, more appealing to the audience who might see this one, but yeah, I still love this. I still love my work. I'm not even sure if I mentioned earlier about AI not having a soul. Mm, I probably did not, but yeah, I believe that AI images don't have a soul because AI has no vulnerability in which humans do. When humans create art, it is an act of emotional investment and vulnerability because we invest so much time and ego only to risk failure, judgment, and self doubt. So, if making art involves suffering, then why do we still make it? Well, it's because that's what we live for. That's the point of life. Struggling for expression is a deep human quality, okay? It's how we learn from our mistakes and to grow into better versions of ourselves. Look, I'm not against people who uses AI. Do whatever you believe is best for you. What I'm trying to say here is people need to care again. Care about the craft, care about your personal growth, care about the people who still intentionally put in their blood, sweat, and tears into their work. Because I feel like what I'm seeing these days is the disappearance of patience and the loss of appreciation for the people who dedicate their, effort and time making a craft. I feel like we've lost the plot, guys. I feel like we've lost the plot in life because we glorify instant results and people even say, "Oh, if you don't ride with us, then you'll get left behind." Um, yeah, I mean, there's some truth to it, but not fully because there are some beginners and they might take that literally. And I feel like the real way to get left behind is when you never develop the fundamental skills in the first place. AI should be used to assist you in your workflow, but not fully stop you from building your own foundation. I work in tech, and integrating AI in our workflow is no longer an option, it's a must. Because if not, then no investor or client will be interested in working with us. So I do understand the importance of that, but I never lose sight to what I believe still matters. So yeah, I create things on my own, especially if there's like a time and an opportunity for it. So yeah, I adapt, but at the same time, balance it with AI. So yeah, I think that's all I really want to say. If you're a new creative, don't give in to the pressure of getting things right instantly. It takes time to build a skill and to make it perfect somehow, to master as well. And then yeah, remember that your journey is your superpower, and your mediocre first attempts should be worn as like your badge of honor, and the struggles to be the evidence of your growth, because the skills that you build and the pride that you earn, that belongs to you forever. Okay, so yeah, remember, AI is a tool, but you're the source. So that's it, that's all I have, you guys. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think. Bye.